How is the Human Capability Development Program a strategic success partner for your industries, the industrial and the mining sectors, Your Excellency?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I would like to start by congratulations to His Excellency for the great event. This is the second edition where we see, the world getting together to address future challenges and their opportunities. I think one of the beauties about our ability in Saudi Arabia, and I call it the art of execution in achieving our Vision 2030, is really how we work as an ecosystem. For us, the Human Capital Development Program is a great asset where we are working with them to ensure that there's great coordination between the sector and the program. It is addressing all needs of the nation, including industry and mining. And also, I think one of the most important things is the agility, and I think His Excellency talked about this morning. Today's world is moving so fast, and it is very hard for sectors on their own to be responsible for the agility in a cross-cutting element of the economy, which is education and training and skilling and reskilling. So I think that it's a great asset for us because it allows us to focus on our own plans, where we are at the same time very confident there is a great effort with great coordination for the sector to have the right talent in place for us to achieve our targets.
Your Excellency, the industrial and mining sectors are characterized by unique features that distinguish it from others. What are these unique features, especially in identifying requirements related to human capability development?
I think this is a great question. When we look at Saudi Arabia's industrial growth, started at the back of our oil and gas business to the petrochemicals, and of course the industries that are catering for everyday need. But we are progressing as a country also. The uniqueness lies on three things. One is the demographics of the country. We have a young nation where we would like to ensure that while we are building our industrial and mining base, we are also mindful of the demographics of the country and how to create the right jobs, quality jobs to the people for the future. And we are blessed that also as a country, we are not very much, I would say, having a legacy in some industries, so we can bet in technology. We are investing a lot in new technologies. The session that you had just before us we're talking about the opportunities that are there. We are collaborating with the research and development and innovation program also to ensure that the education, the skilling, the reskilling, the empowerment of our youth is also leading for talent to be not only as human capital resource, but also to innovate in the sector. I think the second thing is in today's world, the changes that are happening in technology needs to be looked at from a more comprehensive way. So, and I think one of the panelists just in the session before talked about different innovations that need to be collected to make something out of it in terms of a commercial. So we try to help our human resources, our human capital, innovators, to access industries, to test and pilot different ideas so that we can create out of this development also entrepreneurs and innovators to bring the next trend of technology or the next wave. When we look at the industry and mining coupled with the Human Capital Development Program, the RDI, the Research, Development, and Innovation Program. It's created an ecosystem where talent-based human capital is developed, where we are creating opportunities for the young in the form of jobs, but also creating opportunities in the form of actual investment or building the next entrepreneurs.
We can't have a fireside chat without asking about AI. It would just be rude, wouldn't it? So let's do it. How is AI reshaping the industrial and the mining sector?
I think we are very blessed in terms of our launch of our vision, the ambitions that we have both in the industrial development strategy or our mining strategy. We are really focusing on how we can use AI to improve our growth. I mean, today, if we look at mining, mining is sometimes considered an old industry where innovation is lacking behind. But today, when we launched our Future Mineral Forum 3 years ago, in this center, we had a small zone that we called Tech Zone, where we invited different innovators from around the world to showcase some of their ideas. It was amazing to see how small ideas can actually be accommodated in the mining sector, from upstream in mines, for example, where we can see more safer mines, more productive and more energy efficient mines, and so on. So in industry, it's the same thing. We believe that Saudi Arabia has a great advantage in terms of our energy efficiency also. AI needs a lot of energy, as you can imagine. And we are spending a lot of money to create the infrastructure to build AI, to build data centers, to allow also the investors to come. At the same time, there's a great effort from the regulatory point of view, from cybersecurity to different regulation that allow AI to function in a way that is safe and that is also well governed. And we have a program that we have launched also 2 years ago in the ministry called the Future Factories Program, where we incentivize industry investors to tap into new technologies, robotics or AI or 3D printing.
Can you elaborate on that? Because that will highlight your efforts to support the adoption of emerging technologies and automation. Mustn't forget the automation word, which all this is included in the Factories of the Future initiative.
It started all with really when we looked at the existing structure of our industrial base. Many of our industrial base was built on low or I would say labor-intensive installations. And then we started a program, how can we convert these labor-intensive factories into adopt new technologies? It will allow us to create the right jobs for our people. I think Saudi Arabia is also one of the countries where we don't have this competition, I would say, between technology and labor. We have the ability to move much faster. So we are offering consultation. So we help factories to assess their level of automation. We have adopted a global standard called SERI, where factories will assess their level of automation. And then that will be the right base. And then we will build the right technology. We will help different investors to choose the right technology. We are providing soft loans for the adaptation of this technology, training for their people, and in some very unique technologies, we are even offering grants.
Your Excellency, you did amazing. You covered a lot of ground in 10 minutes. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for His Excellency Alkhorayef.